disagreed recently with some men, and I realized that we don't read the whole of that chapter, and we don't read the scriptures accordingly, and that's why we get it wrong, and we misinterpret, and we run with scriptures saying that Delilah was the cause of the fall of Samson. And I said that I disagree with that. Delilah was not actually the cause of the fall of Samson as a servant of God, because when we read the scriptures in Judges chapter number 14, 15, and number 16, we realize that Samson in his life as a man married only once. Samson married once, and he was married to a Philistine woman from the city of Timnah. Her name is not mentioned in the Bible, but she is actually the woman that Samson married. And one of the things that made Samson divorce her first wife is, or rather, the reason as to why Samson divorced his wife is that his wife was given to one of his friends by her father, that is his father-in-law, gave his wife to one of his friends when Samson was away in missions and when he was committing himself to the ministry of God that he was given to. So when Samson realized that his wife has been in love with one of his friends, he divorced, and he went back and said that, and he married another. He fell in love with a Philistine woman whose name was now Delilah. And you realize that Samson had not married. Delilah was not the wife of Samson. Delilah was a woman that Samson met when he was hit by depression. He was struggling to pull himself together after he divorced his wife. So Delilah was a friend, or rather Delilah was a lover to Samson. And one of the things that I'm realizing in the Bible is that Delilah was influenced by men who wanted to kill Samson. Several Philistine men that came and wanted to kill Samson. Of course, Samson had been an enemy to the Philistine nation, because you remember he had burned their wheat and barley. Remember, he had killed some of them when they wanted, and when they attacked him and they wanted to kill him. He also killed them through a jawbone. So the Philistine nation was an enemy to Samson, and they wanted to take vengeance of their lives and how the men that they had lost through Samson. So when these men came to Delilah, they told Delilah, you know what, we are giving you money. It was around 1,100 pieces of silver each man. And if you translate that to money economy and in our country, you will literally know and realize that that was around 16.3 million in our currency, in our current currency. You will realize that that's around 16.3 million. 1,100 pieces of silver, that was the shekel. You translate it to euro or either into US dollar, and then you translate it to our currency. You realize that that was a large amount of money. So Delilah was offered this amount of money, and they said, and remember, Delilah is not a wife. Delilah is a lover. This is a woman that Samson came to her when he had been in a whole day of work or judging the people and dealing with cases here and there. She was a woman that Samson used to come to when he was tired. Remember, Delilah used to let him lie on her thighs. She used to let him lie down on her thighs and relax have a cold drink. So this is a woman that was taking care of Samson. And this man wanted to kill the destiny of Samson, and then they gave her money, around 16.3 million. Now, if you get to know that, how many women can pass that test? How many women can pass that test? Remember, that is when now your love for somebody has been put to the ultimate test. This is money, then this is life for your boyfriend. So Delilah get into this trap. But I'm saying this because we always blame Delilah, and we always see Delilah as a bad name. But actually, Delilah was not the problem. The problem was the man that wanted to kill the destiny of Samson. That was the problem. Because if Delilah could not have been tricked by this man, I think Delilah could not have given up on Samson. So this men that offered money to Delilah were the problem and the cause of the death of Samson. Because Delilah looked at the amount of money and said, is this just a lover? He's not my husband. We've just been dating for not more than a year. We've just been staying together. So I don't see the reason of staying with this man when I can get such an amount of money. And that's how the relationship ended.